Title: The Little Zebra in the Town. In the golden heart of the African savanna, where the grass danced in the wind and the sky stretched wide and blue, lived a young zebra named Z. He was the smallest in his herd, with stripes that curled in a funny swirl on his back and eyes full of wonder. Z loved asking questions. Why do giraffes eat from trees? Why do lions roar so loudly? Why do the stars come only at night? The older zebras would chuckle and say, "Z, you're always dreaming." One sunny morning, while the herd grazed near the edge of the plains, Z noticed a butterfly fluttering in circles. Its wings were blue, like the sky after a fresh rain. Without thinking, Z trotted after it past the tall grass, past the scattered acacia trees, and past the line where the wild ends and something very different begins. He followed the butterfly all the way to a human town. It was early morning, and the streets were quiet. Z blinked at the strange world's smooth black roads, houses made of bricks, shining windows, and big boxes on wheels cars parked in rows. It smelled different too. Not like mud and grass, but of bread, soap, and something Z couldn't name maybe. Pancakes? "Wow," Z whispered. "This place is full of squares and smells." Suddenly, a loud beep made him jump. A car zoomed past and Z ran behind a bush, his little heart thumping. A few minutes later, a small boy named Liam stepped out of his house with a backpack and sleepy eyes. He was about to walk to school when he spotted something behind the hedge. Two wide eyes peeked out, and they were not human eyes. "Mom!" Liam shouted. "There's a zebra in the yard." His mom laughed. "Maybe it's a striped dog?" But when she came out and saw Z, she gasped, "That's a real zebra!" Z stepped out slowly, sniffing the air. He didn't look dangerous, just curious and a little lost. Liam held out his hand, and Z took a step closer, then another. Then he gently nudged Liam's shoulder with his nose. "He's just a baby," Liam whispered. Z spent the day in their backyard, eating apples, playing with the garden hose, and accidentally knocking over a flower pot. Neighbors peeked over fences. Some took pictures. Others brought carrots. News spread fast. A little zebra has come to visit. By afternoon, children had gathered at the fence to see Z. Some tried to pet him, others giggled at his soft ears and wobbly run. Z was happy, but something in his heart felt strange. The town was exciting, but it wasn't home. As the sun began to set, Z looked up at the sky. It wasn't as wide here. He missed the smell of warm grass, the sound of birds overhead, and the feeling of his mother gently licking his ears. Liam noticed. He knelt beside Z and said softly, "Do you miss your family?" Z nuzzled his face sadly. Liam ran inside and talked to his parents. "He has to go back. It's not right to keep him here." His parents agreed, so they called the local wildlife center. The next morning, a kind ranger named Miss Harper arrived with a trailer, soft blankets, and a gentle voice. She had worked with many animals before, but Z was the first zebra to wander into a neighborhood. She smiled and said, "Don't worry, little guy. We'll take you home." Z looked at Liam with big, shiny eyes. Liam hugged him tightly. "I'll miss you, Z. You're the coolest friend I've ever had." Z made a soft chirping sound, almost like a laugh. Then he stepped into the trailer. It took a few hours to drive back to the edge of the savannah. When the trailer doors opened, the wild wind rushed in. Z stepped out slowly, and then, from a distance, he heard it. A familiar sound. "Winnie!" It was his mother. Z galloped as fast as his little legs could carry him. The herd had been searching for him. His mother ran to him, nuzzled his head, and whispered zebra things only zebras understand. The herd circled around him, sniffing and welcoming him back. Z felt warm all over. He looked back once Miss Harper waved. And in the town far away, Liam looked up at the stars and whispered, "Good night, Z." Weeks later, Liam got a letter in the mail with a photo of Z, now taller and running freely with his herd. There was a tiny GPS tag on his leg, just to keep him safe. Inside the envelope was a note from Miss Harper. "Thank you for showing kindness. Z is home, but he'll never forget his first little human friend." And neither did Liam. Because sometimes the most unexpected friendships are the ones that shine the brightest, like a little zebra under the town's morning sun. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel. The end.